Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hate It or Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revis. Today's a new day, a new review. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy for movie reviews. And today I'm going to be reviewing Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is directed by Eli Roth. He's the one that gave you Cabin Fever, Hostel, and this movie, of course, it takes place on Thanksgiving night. This big department store decides we're going to do Black Friday early. And you know how Black Friday is. There's a lot of chaos that goes on in those days. But in this situation, we have a lot of riots, a lot of madness. People get hurt. There are deaths involved and all that stuff. So let's go back a year later. The town's still picking up those pieces on what happened last year. And then all of a sudden, you got this Thanksgiving killer dressed up like a pilgrim, hacking off, killing off people, Thanksgiving style. And you know what I gotta say about the film? I mean, when I watched the trailer, I thought this was intriguing. The reason why, because we never had like a Thanksgiving movie, especially a Thanksgiving horror film. Because, we had movies like, My Bloody Valentine, Silent Night. We had all these like horror holiday films, but never a Thanksgiving film. And finally, we have one. And I gotta say, it does remind me of those old, like, 90s horror slasher films. Like Scream, Urban Legends, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Valentine. It reminds me of those films, and it really hits the nail on those classic films. And I gotta say, what I thought about the film, I thought it was a great time. I had a good time. It was crazy. I mean, the kills were like unique, new, gory as hell, but like freaking crazy. And the killer himself was very creepy. I could see people next Halloween dress up as this pilgrim, because this is gonna be one of those new like slasher franchise movies that people are gonna go rave about, because this movie was really good. It was campy. It was bloody, it was gory, it was like so crazy. And I like the fact that the killer uses Thanksgiving tropes and elements to use to kill people in this film, which was very unique, and it really felt like Thanksgiving. So that was what was really good about the film. The first part of the film with the whole Black Friday sale, that was crazy. Then going into this whole like, this killer is after all these kids, and he wants to have this Thanksgiving dinner with them. It's one of those whodunit movies. So throughout the film, you're trying to figure out who is the killer. And I like that. We haven't had those type of movies in a while. So that was what made that movie really good. It was a good time, I gotta say. But the things I did not like about this film, there's a couple of things, not too much. Certain kill scenes were very over the top. Like, it was very too much. It got kind of a little cartoony in a way, but that little bothered me a little bit. And also, not like, when you got Urban Legends or I Know What You Did Last Summer, those movies, they use, okay, there's a scenario that happened, and you think the reason why the killer is killing these kids off is because of a scenario that happens in the film, but then you find out later it's connected to something else that involves that scenario. And this one is like that, but is like particularly to that scenario, and you kind of figure it out a little bit. Like, I compiled my suspect list really quickly, and I'm like, it had to be one of them, and I already figured out the motive on why this killer will be killing these people. And that was a kind of a down drag, because in the other movies, you can't really figure it out that much. You can't really figure out motive. But in this movie, you could actually easily figure out the motive and actually compile and figure out the killer in this film. So that was a little bit of a downfall. But other than that, this movie was a great time. If you love slasher films, especially something like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, this is the movie for you. If you like Eli Roth films, definitely this is the movie for you. I would say go out, check it out, because it's really good. So what did I rate this movie? Is it a love? Is it a hate? Or is it something in between? Well, I gotta give it on the real for real. That's right, I give it on the real for real. Like I said, I had a good time. There wasn't too many things that bothered me about this movie. This is, to me, a movie that I will watch every year on Thanksgiving because we finally get a Thanksgiving film. So I would definitely watch this movie every year. Like I said, the kill scenes were great. The movie itself, the way it's structured, like one of those 90s slasher movies, were freaking great. I mean, I would advise you, go check it out. You will have a good time. But if you're not a big slasher movie fan or a big Eli Roth fan, you could skip it, you know what I'm saying? But if you one of those hardcore, like, horror slasher fans, check this out. You're really going to enjoy this film, and I guarantee it. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about Thanksgiving. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or is something in between? Let me know in the comment section. And also let me know what your favorite like 90s slasher films. Mine was Urban Legends, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Valentine, and of course, Scream. So let me know in the comment section. And also for my new subscribers, if you want to know how I rate my movies, just click on the description below. It tells you exactly on how I rate my films. And also, I am on Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube at Hate It or Love It Movie Reviews. And you also can find me on Kapowie, a pop culture movie blog. Make sure you subscribe to that because we do reviews on comic books, video games, movie reviews, artwork, and all that types of fun stuff. And make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers this year. Please help a boy out. I love talking about movies with y'all. And also make sure you click on the descriptions and the video icons that pop up because I got a whole bunch of movie reviews. I try to do one every week. I dare you, get into the rabbit hole and follow it down. Anyway, I will see you when I see you. Peace.